Rick. Is that any better now? Okay. Well, that one said it wasn't dead. Okay. All right, well, stuff happens sometimes. I'm putting on this so you don't have to hear all the noise in the background. People start acting clear in here. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, Tony, you're wrong. Everyone's saying there's sound. Catch up. You're behind. Okay. Thank you. That's the problem with being on the road, folks, and getting crappy internet. I can't hear. I can't sit here. I don't need the all cap smart ass thing. You know, I'm obviously working on it. You know, I'd appreciate a little consideration here. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I'm working through a straw here, folks. You know, I can't see my studio. I can't hear. I've just now got the chat up after being on for 3.5 minutes. Now let me see if I can hear the sound. I'm working through a straw here, folks. There we go. Okay, good. Now I can hear it. See, there's no way for me to confirm that. Now stop the video so I have more bandwidth. All right. All right. Well, you're wrong. There is sound. Catch up. You relax. I am relaxed. I don't need smart asses being rude to me. Freaking breaking my ass here. Could be enjoying myself, relaxing. Instead, I'm working hard, trying to get the news to people, analyze it, record videos for people. What the hell I get? Being told to relax. Well, I don't think we need an autopsy report on Charlie Kirk. Golden. What are you trying to start a conspiracy theory? The dude was shot in the carotid artery. He's dead. I mean, that's a miracle he was alive for 4 hours. That's unheard of. It's a shock, to say the least. So, I don't think we need the autopsy. It's not some big conspiracy. I mean, we saw it happen. We have the video. It's not a Hollywood act, and Charlie's not hanging out in the Bahamas. He's unfortunately gone. So I don't know why we need the autopsy. Frankly, what business is it ours? It's a private matter. He's not a public official. We should know about it. Yeah, what's going on with the U.S. Embassy thing? What are they saying, Arctic? I haven't seen that. It always takes me a long time to load the embassy webpage, even when I don't have bad internet. But let's see if I can't get it loaded now. Wow, it's actually going faster than it usually does. But that's on Facebook, right? I can't get into Facebook. Yeah, so that won't do me any good. So yeah, I don't go to the embassy Facebook page. I just go to their website. So anyway, folks, welcome back, everybody. Hello to you. Yeah, Rihanna Costa's all right. It's not the best thing, but it's satisfactory. Okay, so I'm going back where everybody's telling me no sound. So I'm going to skip out all the greetings from no sound because I don't want to go through that stuff again. All right. Donald Trump said that Memphis is much more dangerous than Mexico City. Memphis is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Who said it wasn't dangerous? That Memphis is a very dangerous city. So is Chicago. So is Houston. Black Facebook made a lot of racist comments. Yeah, and none of them will be prosecuted for their crimes. None of them will be prosecuted for their crimes whatsoever. Not enough. Christopher Arda, I'm okay. Just a busy day today. I had in the morning I had a telephone call with a major U.S. television network that lasted about an hour. After I finished with a major U.S. television network, I had a Truth Report planning meeting. After I finished the Truth Report planning meeting, Isak from NewsPod interviewed me. And then I had to run around and take care of a few things. I managed to, my screen is damaged. I said that, but it's functional here, so it's okay. But most of the damage was on the screen cover. Just unfortunately, it did damage the screen. Otherwise, the phone was okay if I want to drop it on that. But the screen cover, I got taken off. I replaced it with a gel screen cover, so it seems to be doing the trick. A lot nicer now. Won't cut my hands. Yeah, well, we're seeing how a lot of people are racist. That's for darn sure. We know that. Yeah, but I'll only be home for a short time soon, Maureen. Then I'm off to the Rocky Mountains. Remember when Raj asked where the Rocky Mountains were? And Wallowitz said, in Philadelphia. He says, Philadelphia? That doesn't seem right. Think about it, Raj. Where was the movie Rocky? Oh, okay, I got it. Philadelphia. That was funny. Oh, did you like that song I did for Charlie Kirk? Yeah. Hasn't got a lot of play. Yeah, I probably would explode with the iPhone. Yeah, man, I hate iPhones. I'm not going to Colorado. I'll be going to Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The trip's going to come together in very short notice because they just contacted me about booking my flight. So until they've got it booked, I can't book anything else. So waiting on that to come through. Anyway, so we're back in business. The hip is okay today, but the idiots, the physician who gave me medicine, I told them, I said, I'll be gone for over a month and I need medicine for that, for the anti-inflammatory. So she gave me a prescription. When I went to pick up a prescription, it was after they were gone. The pharmacy was closing, so I didn't have an option. I couldn't go back. I was leaving. It was for 30 days. So that was before I left. So we're talking, I need at least 40 days worth of these pills, one per day. So I've been short. I didn't even take them for first several days before I left. And now I'm down to 3. So I'm not taking them. So I have it for the flight in case my hip bothers me. I did look at EWN. Yeah. So let me see if I can find EWN. It's hard for me to concentrate now. I'm not over in a quiet spot. I've got the counter behind me because there's a lot of sun in this Costa from the angle. So good evening, David Muller. So EWN.co.za. Okay. Well, Charlie Kirk was a big figure, so Coachella cares about that. Okay. So where's the church? I don't see anything about Charlie Kirk. Nothing about Charlie Kirk. The good party rejects Ramaphosa's claim that DA municipalities are well run. That's not what Ramaphosa said. He said they're run better than the ANC run ones. The good for nothing party just moaning about something. They're always moaning about something. Yeah, Trump is talking about U.S. companies not making quarterly reports. I don't like that. I have a problem with that. That won't solve the hip problem. No CVS in UK? No. It doesn't matter. It's prescription drugs. You can't just get the drug. It's a prescription. They have boots, but they have no prescription. Good evening, David Muller. Okay. I don't think Tom McDonald's is the best. I didn't think it was all that great, to be honest. I think mine was better than Tom McDonald's. Hey, William. I'm all right. All right, let's get to some of the news here, folks, because some folks are tuning in just for the news. So Ramaphosa's praise of the Democratic Alliance highlights ANC's municipal failures ahead of the 2026 elections, or 2027, depending on when they hold it. Yep, the ANC has failed. Yep, over and over and over again. Political analysts have weighed in on ANC President Sir Ramaphosa's admission that the DA-run municipalities offer better service delivery than those led by the ANC, revealing a truth that he's long wanted to express. I don't think he's wanted to express that. I don't think he's ever wanted to express that. That sounds like nonsense to me. I'm sorry, I don't find that entertaining. We're not in the park. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and remember, Americans are the ones that are rude. No, it's their Facebook page, Fabian, they're talking about. Yeah. Speaking at the council roll call at FMB Stadium in Soweto on Monday, he encouraged ANC councilors to start performing like the DA does. Now, the Good for Nothing Party has a problem with it. Well, I guess we're going to have a massively loud conversation directly behind me, so this isn't going very well. I can't wait till I'm back in the studio and these distractions. Then all I can complain about is my neighbor cutting the lawn. Ramaphosa said that the Auditor General had informed him that many ANC-led councils don't even, good God, don't even prepare their own financial statements. Well, Kirk is an old Norse word for church. It's also Danish, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's going really well, swimmingly. Yeah. And the people with an infant are quiet, sitting over in the corner. Everyone else is acting like a jackass here. Oh, great. They chose to sit right next to me. Perfect. Perfect. Whole store. Whole store. At least 25 tables in here. No, let's not do that, Martin. I don't really care to do that. Independent political analyst Goodenough Mashehu said that Ramaphosa's remarks reflect the truth he's always wanted to say, but may have held back due to internal party pressure. I don't think he's ever wanted to say it. I don't think he's ever wanted to say it. And boy, there's a nice photo on IL here of Fakede Mabalula not looking too happy about it. Yep, ANC councilors told to stop looting. Well, stop stealing, and that might have a big impact here. Guys, I have cameras on my property. There's no one there. There's no one there. And my neighbor has instructions to chase him away with a 12 gauge. I left him with a Mossberg, 12 gauge Mossberg. So I'm not showing these kids. The freaking Brits freak out. Oh, you're taking pictures of the children. Oh my God, what are you, a criminal? Nope. They're in public. You want privacy? You don't want your children filmed? Then don't go in public. I remember I was at the Jorvik, biking York, a few years back, and I was doing the tour again, and I was taking pictures of the coins, and all these kids came running in, little, second graders maybe, and the annoying little woke teachers. So I was taking pictures, and then they were in my picture. So I lifted my phone up like this, high above them, to take a picture of the coins that were in there that were covered, the Viking era coins and the Saracen coins and such. And this rude, woke little snot came over me. You can't take pictures here. Excuse me? You can't take pictures. There's children present. I said, these children are in public. This isn't a private venue. I'm not at a school. I'm not at a clinic. I'm not at their home. It's a public venue. And I'm not taking pictures of the children, so fuck off. That's what I told her. She didn't like that. She didn't like that. Actually, I didn't say F off. I said footsec, which she probably had no idea what I was saying. But she got the gist of it. She got the gist of it. I haven't seen much of that this time, but in past, they're also like candy-ass woke. Oh, you got pictures. Dude, you're in a freaking stadium. You're in a stadium. How are people supposed to take pictures of the event without taking pictures? You little yard apes. Oh, Rugrats. It's on YouTube. Search Diesel. I'm not interested. Thanks for sharing. Anyway, you see the sad faces of all the corrupt ANC counselors. Well, Paul Mashatile, they're really going after him at News 24. Deputy President's children scored a 91 million rand Gauteng tender. Mashatile unmasked. They are going after Paul, the gangster man. The value of a tender awarded two companies with close links to two of Deputy Paul Mashatile's sons has nearly doubled. In July, News 24 revealed that the contracts are worth 49 million, but new insight shows their worth is 91.4 million. Well, Mr. McCabe or Miss McCabe, I didn't see who that was. Let me go back. So either you answer the phone or you don't, Peter. No one can help you. We don't know the phone numbers they're calling from because it's being routed through NBC switchboard. So either you answer it or you don't answer it. I mean, I don't know what advice to tell you, What is going on with Q&A? What those people are doing is cringeworthy. What, the here or the people that are making a big deal about Charlie Kirk's death? I think that's, yeah. Yeah, so Peter, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I get, if I didn't answer messages from phone numbers I don't know, I wouldn't be talking to 95% of you all because I don't know you. But people send me messages every day asking me for answers and begging for help and looking for solutions to their question and questions I've already answered thousands of times. I'll tell you, on an average day, there might be one or two questions I've never seen before, maybe one or two. The other hundreds are the same ones I've answered. And I also find interesting that the people are contacting me saying, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to contact you. I forgot you're asleep at this hour. I'm not asleep at this hour. I've been in the UK for a month. I'm 1 hour behind South Africa. That tells me that the people that sent me those messages haven't watched this channel in over 6 weeks. And that's pretty cheap for people to write to me and ask for answers who never watch my channel, who never add to my content, never watch any of the ads generate revenue, and just write me as if I'm a paid consultant for them for free. Yeah, anyone that's saying that, oh, that's insane. I mean, I've been here for 6 weeks. People have known for 2 weeks before I left that I was leaving to come here. So that's 6 weeks. And it's been longer than that. I've been talking about the World Cup. But I'm getting messages from people who claim they're viewers and they watch all my content, but that's a bunch of horse pucky because it's not true. If they were watching any of my content, they would know that I'm in England. There are no Costas in America. And I've been broadcasting from Costas every single day. Every single day. And I've also been at the stadiums. I've been posting videos, and doing cultural things like the Arbor Low visit, But for all these people who keep saying, I watch your program, I'm religious, that's nonsense. Stop lying to me. Just be honest. You're cheap and you're scared. And so you want an answer from someone, and I'll be happy to answer your questions best I can. But stop lying to me and tell me you're watching my program when you're not. I mean, come on. That's just disrespectful. No, none of them are Boermeister, trust me. They don't listen, Krista, and they're also dishonest. People are being dishonest, and that's not a good way to start a relationship with me, being dishonest. Not a good way to start a relationship. Trying to mislead me, and tell me this, that, and the other when it's not true is not a good way to start a relationship. Hey, Sean. All right, let's get back to the news. All right, so the value of payments made owed to two companies with deep links to Deputy President Mashatili's sons for maintaining fire suppression systems in the Gauteng hospital system. Oh, fire suppression systems, the Gauteng hospitals, like what Charlotte McKexa Hospital burned to the ground. Okay, I want to know about that. I just saw something in the chat. We have a military commander here posting more and more videos on how he's going to force Ramaphosa to step down. Well, send me a link either through email or in a WhatsApp group and say, hey, this is the one. Yeah, if the military is threatening the president, they need to be court-martialed. Simple as that. And Angie Machek is an idiot if she hasn't already preferred charges against the general officer doing that. No, I'm not getting stares in Costa. There's a couple in the corner with their infant. Baby looks like it's about a month old, and they're fine. And then the noisy people over here, and then somebody sitting over at the other table with earphones on. Yes, Gideon, I know some people like me. I mean, you're missing the point, though. I'm not talking about watching the channel. I'm talking about people who someone told them, hey, this is the guy to talk to, or go to this guy. And then they try to butter me up and say, I watch your channel, when it's obvious they don't. That's what I'm talking about. Don't lie to me. Just be honest. Hey, so-and-so said I should contact you. Are you able to help me? I have a question. Instead of lying to me. Oh, I watch your program all the time religiously. You have really good content. Is the refuge program for Afrikaner farmers only? No, it's not. You post a link, and how could, well, NATO Air, you didn't post a link because you can't post a link. You're not a moderator. Okay, NATO Air, I will give you, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to give you temporary moderator status so you can post a link. So go ahead and post your link now, and I'll rescind it right after that. Only moderators and content creators can post links. That's a YouTube rule. It's been the YouTube rule for years. So anyway, I've just given you temporary moderator status so you can post it, and then I'll rescind it after you post the link. So please put the link in there. Looking forward to it. Aww. Exactly, Chris. So don't lie to me. It shows poor character. Link on All About Africa. Mail address. You can see the video. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Yeah, I will expose that person. So we already have the Razini, Radish, Bompwania there, the chief of the defense force, running around to Iran, violating all the norms of military protocol in violation of how military behaves in a democratic society, and nothing's come of it. Angie Mitseka hasn't sanctioned him. She hasn't punished him. No letter of reprimand, no court-martial. He's went to see Ramaphosa. Nothing's happened because Ramaphosa is a coward. He's a coward, and he's hanging on by a thread. Okay, there it is, NATO Air. You're welcome. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Oh, it's on YouTube, okay? All right. So I'm going to take your moderator status away, NATO Air. Nothing personal. That was just so you could do a link. Sadness reigns the officials, okay? Slowly coming up there. If you can be a liar, you can say anything. Exactly. One of the worst traits. Well, we all lie at some point, whether it's a white lie to protect someone's feelings or, but that's just a bad way to start a relationship. Angie doesn't have to do anything. Well, she doesn't have to do it. Video is restricted. Why do I get this crap? I'll try to look at it later. Wouldn't give him a lollipop out of a lane. Well, it's restricted. I can't see it. But that's the case with a lot of things here. A lot of things. U.S. news sites that I'm subscribers to, I can't access because the UK blocks it. Every damn time you go to a web page, every time you go, you have to consent to the damn cookies. It doesn't have any memory, doesn't remember anything. It's beyond irritating. It's a police state of the highest order. And I don't know why, because all the people around me are people from broke-ass countries that, you know, they, speaking of which, it is a UK thing. It is a UK thing. It's really irritating. All right, so Q&A, I don't know what you're up to there, but knock it off, okay? There's your warning, all right? So far, they've just deleted your messages. I don't know what game you're playing, but knock it off, okay? All right? You're right, ANC can't manage anything. My God, it suddenly got freaking loud as hell in here. I'm going to start talking louder. All right, so Mashatile Sons, man. Julius Malema's 21.6 million rand property portfolio and how he built his fiefdom. Ooh, even News 24 is going after Juju now. Comments under that video is insane. Okay, let me look and see. Comments are turned off. I can't see that. Yeah, they're back, Alan. It must be a 5 o'clock thing. Must be a 5 o'clock thing where people just lack manners of any degree. All right, yeah, no, I can't see anything on that site, so I'll try it later on. It could also be the network administrator. So a lot of network administrators here, they by default don't let you see things. So if you want to come to the UK and gamble, good luck with that. I suppose probably the same thing with porn. If you want to watch that, good luck with that. You want to, I want to watch a sports site, and I got to prove my age. Why? It's a sports site. It's ridiculous, asinine, juvenile, nanny state garbage. So News 24 says journalists have tracked Malema's eventful career and followed the money to demonstrate how he built his fiefdom, including how the amounts of cash kept growing in line with his increasing political power. Benefiting from a variety of illegal schemes. They're saying this, not me. This is News 24. I guess I'm going to have to keep talking louder because this guy just keeps getting louder over here. Malema became multimillionaire in the past decade. It's clear that his annual before-tax salary of 1 million rand for Parliament, which he received from 2014 onwards, cannot stretch this far. Malema shows how the politician has started amassing a fortune long before a fraud and corruption case linked to his company. On Point Engineering and government contracts in Limpopo were thrown out of court in 2015. Yep. Primary evidence for the 356-page book includes never before seen court papers filed by the South African Revenue Service and its stinging 2012 battle with Malema. According to Project Caesar, the South African Revenue Service investigators launched probes aimed at clawing back 32 million in unpaid taxes and penalties from Malema. Wow. Malema, Money, Power, and Patronage. I got to get a copy of this book by Mika Reddy and Paulie van Wyk. Oh, Paulie van Wyk. Wow. So the knives are coming out for Juju, and the timing is good. Wow. Despite copious evidence and willing witnesses, the National Prosecuting Authority has to date not reinstated the case. Wow. Merlot, 70 rand. Let's get some clouds going. Yeah, well, it's clear outside and sunny. Let's get some clouds gathering there. Clouds are gathering. First mistake, 1 to 3 minutes of that video. Army doesn't have Lieutenant Commander. Navy does. Yeah, it sounds like a fraudulent thing. I can't see the video. See, that's the thing. So, like when the guy who said that there was a cop threatening Rob Herzog's life, I didn't claim the guy's a cop because I don't know that. I said he's purporting to be a cop. On his account, he has a picture of himself wearing a South African police uniform, but that doesn't mean he's a cop. There are lots of fakes out there. If he is a cop, he's violated standards. So, same thing like when Charlie Kirk was shot. I didn't run around and say it was left-wing. I said it's an act of political violence and a political assassination from the very beginning. And then once we found out who it was, then I was able to confirm that. The Kifness is facing backlash. The 500,000 rand deal evaporated. David Scott's lost some serious cash here. He's quoted on X as saying, I just lost a 500,000 Rand campaign because I defended Charlie Kirk. Worth it, to be honest, he wrote. Yep. He said the email stated his recent social media activity posed a reputational risk to both the agency and its client. So here's my problem with this. So if you call for nonviolence and you pay tribute to a person who said the same thing, you can be silenced for that? What do they want? Violence? Should you be calling for violence? I mean, what kind of morons are these people? So he wrote on Twitter, I'm writing in place of blank as managing partner of blank. After careful consideration, regret to inform you that we must terminate effective immediately. Decision was made light of which poses reputational risk to both our agency and our client's brand. Association that may be perceived as an endorsement of views inconsistent with the client's position. So you have a client that doesn't believe in peaceful discourse. You have a client that doesn't believe in interaction. You have a client that doesn't believe in peace. What do they believe in? Violence? The Kivitz didn't call for violence. Charlie Kirk didn't call for violence. What is wrong with these people? I didn't see the Gareth Cliff's reaction to Charlie Kirk's killing sparks heated online debate. Really? I didn't see that one. Okay. Controversial media personality Gareth Cliff once again stirred up a mix of responses. 31-year-old Kirk. Okay. In his tribute to Kirk, Cliff dedicated a special episode on his YouTube channel, Truth Report. It's not his YouTube channel, you shit. Oh my gosh. It's not his channel. I'm sorry. You are an idiot. Who is this? Alicia Birajal. It is not Gareth Cliff's channel. My goodness. All right, look, no more warnings for all caps. Just delete their messages. I'm looking to see what the problems are. So Gareth Cliff posted on X, and then some scumbag saying F Musk is user account. Charlie Kirk, at the end, he so often wished upon others. No, he didn't. He owed his life to fanning flames hatred, political division, and violence. No, he didn't. The irony is his final breath was wasted on defending the very thing that killed him, gun violence. No, gun didn't kill him. An assassin killed him. An assassin killed him. Are there comments here? No, there's no comments. So I don't know. Were they going after him on Twitter? Oh my God, I'm really getting pissed off at this noise. It's like people think they're in a bar, not a coffee shop. Aaron Church post EFF spokesman says Von Riebeck came 1913. Yeah, look, that lot is not very bright. It's like the ANC member of parliament says, why do we need farmers? We go to Pick and Pay and Checkers. Actual statement of an ANC member of parliament. Yeah. Wow. Not very bright people. Not very bright people. 1913, not 1652. Crazy. Is Jorethra here? Hey, Jorethra, what's going on? Yeah, so I'm going to have to correct the Independent Online once again. Gareth Cliff's channel is not the Truth Report. That is not Gareth Cliff's channel. And that shows you how stupid and lazy these so-called South African journalists are. All you have to do is go to the channel and you'll see contributors. You'll see people. It doesn't say anything about it being Gareth Cliff's channel. What kind of idiot comes up with that? Truth Report. Okay, Truth Report News, serving South Africa. So, Rob Harrisoff, Chris Wyatt, Renardo Cruz, Joe Emilio. These are the top listed people here. Gareth Cliff is not even listed there. Gareth Cliff is a major part of Truth Report, but he's not even listed here on the top ones. And I'm the only person listed as an anchor. Idiots. Idiots, idiots, idiots. Unbelievable. Hey, Morning Shots hit 150,000. Correct, Fisher. Rob Ursoff was involved with it. And so were some of the rest of us. But yeah, yeah, it's not a journalist calling it his channel. He has a channel. My ancestors were here for 1673. Well, I got you beat, Hannes. My ancestors arrived in the Jamestown Colony, Virginia in 1621. Got you beat. Duct tape. I think I do need some duct tape for those guys. Apples grow in aisle 13 and cut chips in the freezer. Yeah, NATO Air, the media is a joke. Yep. Leslie says, thank goodness for you. Well, thank you, Leslie. It's very kind of you. You guys can hear me. Well, it's just very distracting to me. And again, the people who you think would be the loudest with a newborn are very quiet, just relaxing in the corner, enjoying their coffee. You know, the baby's very quiet. It's this lot over here that's really loud. Yeah, no, I remember ANC saying that he came 2,000 years ago as well. 2,000 years ago, the Bantu were not even in Southern Africa. There were no black folks. There were no white folks. Just Khoi and San 2,000 years ago. You're right, Candace. Sarah Ramaphosa is on his way to America. Well, that's great timing because Donald Trump is in the United Kingdom. Trump is here with all his key advisors. His key members of his cabinet are with him in the United Kingdom. They're here. Oh, no, you didn't know that, NATO Air? That was a couple years ago. Yeah, ANC said that in Parliament 2,000 years ago. I mean, it doesn't make sense 200 years ago. Yeah, the ANC members of Parliament are about as dumb as a box of rocks. No, I didn't know there's a Jamestown between. I didn't know that. Thank you for that, Fabian. I was unaware of that. Hannes says, nice to see you back in the Morlax. Hannes, I haven't gone anywhere. I've been here every day. Professor G was looking to learn a language, and now he fell off Afrikaans. Okay. I didn't know that Professor G was on. He sent me a note and asked me how things were going. And he was expressing how he's been focusing on school and teaching. And I didn't think he was doing videos right now. So he asked me how things are going. I said, I'm pulling my hair out. All these people claiming to watch my... Oh, those three are back again. From yesterday, they're sitting in the back. But they were here a short time yesterday. Hopefully they'll go away. Yeah, there are no pills for stupid people. But they should have signs. Stupid people should wear signs. That way you wouldn't ask them anything. They're not my kids. They're not my kids. They wouldn't be in here if they were my kids. They'd be outside getting their ass smacked. And then freaking, Metro Police would show up. Woo! Abuse of minors. Nope. Yeah, they never watched a single video of Charlie Kirk. Just someone told him he's a racist, and they believe it because he's white. Just like the asswipes who came on my channel 5 years ago and believed the nonsense that, well, he's a member of the Klan. Klan? What are you talking about? He's KKK supporter. What? White supremacist. What kind of moron are you? Show me the evidence of that. Show me anywhere you can find anything. You can't. You can't because it's simply untrue. It's slander. It's just a lie. But they say it anyway, and people believe it. Remember, I was supposed to interview that useless twit who left the DA. I forgot her name right now, but I've got it somewhere. In Mossel Bay. She was supposed to come on and do an interview with me, and 15 minutes for the interview, she backed out because the hate wankers down under told her that I work for the CIA. Look, my feelings weren't hurt. If you're stupid enough to believe that, I don't want you on my program. I don't need dim-witted people on my program. There's enough of them on social media. So if you're that stupid, then you don't need to come on my program. You don't need to be here. By the way, tomorrow I'll be interviewing Heinz Winkler. I think I'll do it live tomorrow at 12 o'clock South Africa time. Heinz Winkler. We just confirmed it tonight. Heinz and I were supposed to work this out. I said I'd try to do it before I go back to the States. So tomorrow, Heinz Winkler on the program. So I'm going to have a very busy day tomorrow. I got Heinz, and I got my news program, then Ronaldo, and my radio program tomorrow night. Yep. Stupid is as stupid does. Well, I mean, IQ test. I mean, some of these people, okay, so which of these is a mobile telephone? This is the test we give them. Which of these is a mobile telephone? And I bet you half of them fail it. Congrats, Paul Sullivan for defamation. It's going to be fun. Well, good luck with that. You can't sue people for their opinions. Yeah, boy, it got quiet all of a sudden, just for a moment. Kenya takes too long. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, Hannes. Kenya is a very small country. Let me get my glasses. Yep. One of these is a mobile device. Which one is it? This one? Well done. Okay, well, thank you, Marcel, for binge watching. I appreciate it after the fact. I've had a couple videos while I've been in the UK that just taken off from like last year. Like the one I did last year about, people saying, why do you cover stop reporting in South Africa? That video is taken off. It had like 17,000 views, and now it has like 40-some thousand views. Just went crazy. I don't know what prompted that. I really don't know what prompted that, but it really just took off. Yep. A selfie with Heinz from a show he did right after he won Idols. I was crazy about him then. Such a huge crush. Okay, Janine. Well, Heinz will be on the program tomorrow. In fact, let me see if he sent me a photo. He did. Ooh, he's a stunning looking fellow, isn't he? So I'll set that up for tomorrow. That'll be live, okay? That'll be live. Oh, you'll be locked up in a marriage if you do child abuse, but that wouldn't stop me. That wouldn't stop me. Son's metric question. Name 3 important social media platforms. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? That's not a question. That's stupid. Wow. The one in your hand. Good answer, boss. Like the one in your hand. He's not singing, no. What food must who carry in by themselves? What? What are you talking about? Okay. Back to the news. So Ramaphosa, as I said yesterday, was aware of the money hidden in the couch. He was informed. And Ramaphosa didn't lose his mind. He didn't direct the manager of Pala to take the money and put it in the bank. No. Ramaphosa was complicit in the illicit arrival of undocumented, unreported $580,000. Sir Ramaphosa, the president of the Republic of South Africa, is complicit in a crime. You tell me he's not. You tell me he's not. Testimony at the trial of the 3 accused of stealing the money from Pala. The state witness says that Ramaphosa was informed in December, and the money didn't disappear. Why does that keep shining on the roof? See that? It's not me. Anyway, and it wasn't until 12 February that the money disappeared. So you tell me, is Cyril not guilty of a crime? Sure seems like it to me. Sure seems like it to me. And the entire media in South Africa have just let this thing go. No, Parliament investigated him and found him not guilty of ethics violations, and then the matter was dropped. By the way, why has Dr. Bezuidenhout not been charged with a crime for digital vibes? Thank you, Kathy. Why? Bezuidenhout, digital vibes. The Hawks found that he had committed a crime. They just didn't try him because they're not the Scorpions. The Scorpions could have tried him, and he would have been in jail. Bezuidenhout. Probably. The Arab fellows behind me. Winkel does sound German. It is German, Get. Well, News 24 is about fact-checking again, and this is an important one. A TikTok video falsely claims trespass bill strips South Africans of self-defense rights. Well, the law doesn't strip you, but in practice, you're stripped because you're presumed guilty until proven innocent, which is not the way jurisprudence is supposed to work. A 2022 TikTok video from 3 years ago falsely claims that the draft law would ban homeowners from defending themselves against intruders. South Africa's Justice Ministry quickly debunked the claims at that time, stressing the right to self-defense remains under common law. The unlawful entry on premises bill was a draft proposal since set aside and is no longer under consideration. Yep. So why are they talking about a video from 3 years ago? I don't know how they found the culprits. They probably beat some people up and found out what they wanted. So, unfortunately, Paul Willemse, who plays for the French national side despite being a South African citizen, is retiring after 32 test matches with Les Bleus. Too many concussions. South African-born Willemse made his first mark when he won the World Rugby Under-20 Championship, the Junior Springboks, back in 2012. Yep, made the last of his 32 Les Bleus appearances in February of 2024. It's not played for his adopted country or for his club Montpellier since October of last year. He said, choosing to stop after multiple concussions has been the hardest decision I've ever made. And he said, choosing to stop after multiple concussions has been the hardest decision I've ever made. Dude, you just said that. For a long time, I tried to hold on because when you've lived one dream, it's frightening to imagine life beyond it. But I've come to accept it and even find comfort. One dream ends, but the man it shaped remains. Oh, that's a good statement there. My dream of being a soldier is over. I mean, I had to retire. Can't do it forever. And I moved on to something else. Last month, former Maori All Blacks loose forward Shane Christie died, age 39. He said he wanted his brain to be studied after suffering effects of multiple concussions. Willem say a World Rugby Under-20s Championship winner with Junior Springboks in 2012 joins a long line of rugby players to retire due to the problem, including French lock Sebastian Vahamani, ex-New Zealand fullback Leon MacDonald, and 56-time South African fly half Pat Lambie. Yeah. What's a catastrophe for South Africa, Soul Sonny? What catastrophe are you talking about? I missed something. Where is the catastrophe? What happened for South Africa? He plays for France, not for South Africa. Uma Verstoffer, what's going on? UAP issue. What is UAP? I don't know what that means in Congress. Yeah, Pat Lambie, I remember that. He did. Lambie was young, yeah. It is a violent sport, and they should wear head protection, but they don't. Yes, I agree with Dan. The ANC is the top catastrophe for South Africa. Hey, folks, be sure to hit that like button if you don't mind. 385 of you currently here. Just almost no super chats. The clouds are not gathering. The skies are clear. Sorry, Tata. Opa. The clouds are not gathering. Super chats are coming thin tonight. Must be getting far away from payday. Right. So Israel has begun its ground offensive of Gaza City. Palestinians in Gaza City reported a night of heavy bombardment. The UN Commission said Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Israel rejected it as falsehoods. Israeli military launched the early stages of a ground offensive. He's got a phone on playing a game, and I can hear it over here louder than me talking. That's too loud. UFOs. Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, I'm going to get to that, Dawn. Robert Redford did pass. It's kind of sad news. 89 years of age. We're moving deeper toward the center of Gaza City, said the military official with Israel. Gaza's burning. Yep. So I'll jump to the Robert Redford story and then come back to the other news. I wish these people would leave. Robert Redford, movie star and Sundance founder, dies at age 89. No, I'm not talking about wearing helmets. I'm talking about wearing padded, stuff, leather pads on their heads. He won a massive following Butch Cassidy and Sundance when he did that movie with Paul Newman and All the President's Men. Through the Sundance Institute and Festival, became a patron saint of American independent film. Robert Redford, an actor whose beach god looks and subtle magnetism in films such as Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and All the President's Men made him one of the biggest movie stars of all time, but who forged an even more profound legacy in cinema as a patron saint of American independent film. Died September 16th at his home in the mountains outside Provo, Utah. He was 89. His publicist, Cynthia Berger, announced it. Since 1981, he's been president and founder of the Sundance Institute in nearby Park City, Utah. He said his arch colony was not about insurgents coming down from the mountain to attack the mainstream, but about broadening the very concept of mainstream. Sundance provided a vital platform for two generations outside the system, filmmakers from Quentin Tarantino to Avu DuVernay, who were embraced by ticket buyers and studios and helped enlarge the definition of commercial fare in a risk-averse industry. Yep. My favorite with him was it Snoops? Is that the one? Sneakers. I love that movie with him in Sneakers. And The Day of the Condor. The Day of the Condor was brilliant. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Redford movies, The Day of the Condor. 3 days of the Condor, excuse me, not Day of the Condor. 3 days of the Condor, 1975 with Robert Redford. So it's 85, 95, 2005, 2015, 2020. 50 years ago he did that movie. Wow. With Faye Dunaway and Cliff Robertson. That was a great movie. Great movie. 3 days of the Condor. And Sneakers was the other one. Really good one. Really enjoyed that one. My God, these people need to go. All right, President Trump says he's sending federal law enforcement to Memphis, and Chicago's next. President Trump said Monday he's taking executive action to establish a Memphis Safe Task Force aimed at leading a crime crackdown, leaving the Tennessee city bracing for the arrival of the National Guard as administration intensified. For fuck's sake. Yeah, he seemed like an ageless kind of guy, Tom. I'm with you on that. Yeah, Brandon is an idiot. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, is dumb as a box of rocks. He's of the same ilk as Fannie Willis and Whoopi Goldberg. Trump said he'll send a similar task force next, regardless of staunch opposition by Democrats, including Brandon Johnson and Governor Pritzker. I didn't like Out of Africa. I know about Karen Blixen. I've read her stuff. Yeah, that doesn't work. Oops, are they moving? Are they moving? Well, part of them are moving. They are very loud. Yeah, see the tents on my lawn. Exactly. It was raining. Now the sun's out, but I can't get a signal out there. So, all right, they're all leaving. Move to establish a task force in Memphis will mirror the stepped-up law enforcement. Good riddance. Yeah, guys, I know you can hear me, but I can't concentrate. You know, it takes a lot of mental energy to focus on dealing with the chat, bringing the next story in, analyzing, adding things. No, this is not those glasses. They're gone. I ordered another pair. They should be delivered to my house. My neighbor should have picked them up already. Unfortunately, they weren't on sale, so I had to pay the full price. I got the other pair for dirt cheap because the Rite Aid was going out of business, and I'm like, let me try these. And I kept them for about a month or two, never tried them. Then I tried them here. They're absolutely brilliant. So, boy, those people had no manners whatsoever. Yeah. Then why did my daughter choose not to live in Dubai and come back? What are you talking about, Erica? I never saw Walk in the Woods, but Robert F. was amazing. That's a huge loss. That's sad to see him go. Robert F. was amazing. A really talented, really good-looking dude, too. If you're ever going to go gay, he'd make you want to go gay. The wife wants to know you have your special denims on. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, clouds are gathering. I'll stand up and start walking around whistling. The clouds are gathering. The clouds are gathering. Play Pala Pala here. You didn't tell the kids to be quiet before. I'm sure it would be fine. Nah, their father probably would have started a fight. He looked like the type to do that. But I mean, okay, so now you hear how quiet it is in here now. Even the Arab gentlemen are quiet behind me. So I can talk at a much lower level and you can still hear me. But I mean, that was just ridiculous, guys. Was it not? I mean, it's not just me. I'm not being overly sensitive. Anyway, National Guard law enforcement from several agencies will be dispatched to Memphis, including the FBI, ATF, DEA, ICE, and Homeland Security, said Trump. Wow. It's very important because of the crime that's going on not only in Memphis, in many cities. So this is what happens when local jurisdictions don't do their job. Tyler Robinson appeared in court today. A trade school student suspected of assassinating conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Now, see, if Al Jazeera can get it correct and call him a conservative activist, which is what he was, but the U.S. media calls him a right-wing and News 24 calls him right-wing and the Daily Maverick calls him right-wing. You see that? Al Jazeera is more objective in covering Charlie Kirk than the captured media in South Africa is. Wow. And FBI Director Kash Patel is in the Senate panel being criticized for his handling of the case. Also, the Epstein case he's being criticized for. Yep. So Charlie Kirk's assassin unleashed this global groundswell of support. Erica Kirk vows to carry on. The breadth and depth of support for Charlie Kirk was on full display over the weekend as political leaders, activists, and mourners around the globe attended rallies, memorials, and vigils honoring the assassination. Guys, the Maori in New Zealand did a haka in the honor of Charlie Kirk. Wow. Our friend Charlie would not want us to be consumed by despair. He would want us to carry his message forward, and that's exactly what's going to happen, said House Speaker Mike Johnson. Massive global outpouring of support that Mr. Kirk, his wife Erica, and the 2 young children received from the young and old since he was killed on Wednesday. Mr. Kirk's members also invoked at a Unite the Kingdom rally Saturday in London. Impromptu vigils were held for Charlie Kirk in Berlin, Madrid, and Rome. The Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, a leading figure on the political right, condemned leftist commentators in our country for downplaying the attack she called a deep wound for democracy and for those who believe in freedom. And U.S. NASCAR driver Christopher Bell dedicated his win Saturday at Bristol to Charlie Kirk. This one's for Charlie. Before kickoff, the National Football League team, all but 5 of them, including the team I used to support, the Indianapolis Colts, a racist organization apparently, all of them, all but 5, honored Charlie Kirk. The NFL did on Sunday. In a social media post, Andrew Colvett, the executive producer of the Charlie Kirk Show, announced the organization received more than 32,000 requests in 48 hours to launch campus chapters for high schools. 32,000 requests to start Turning Point USA chapters in high schools and college campuses around the country. 32,000 requests within 48 hours after his assassination. They currently have 900 college chapters and 1,200 high school chapters. Now they have 32,000 additional requests. That is insane. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the assassination of Charlie Kirk will be America's turning point. The wokeism, which people said was dead and I said wasn't dead, wokeism is going to be suffering a mortal blow because of this heinous crime. The woke left are running for the hills now. If their stupidity, thinking they continue their abusive behavior on social media, which they've been up to for years at the behest of Facebook and Twitter, which allowed them to get away with it, now they're suffering the consequences of being evil bastards. And it's about time. It's long overdue. Long overdue. The reason he resonated, I believe, so widely and so broadly across the world is because he himself was good, Mr. Colvett said. More than 2,000 people registered for a vigil in Washington, which attracted a cross-generational audience, including a 67-year-old from Virginia. It's very sad what happened to him because nobody should be targeted just for what they say. He was very open to discuss anything with anybody. Celeste Selinger, 18, said she's been following him for years. He was a huge inspiration for me, really led me to God. He was a big reason I started believing in my values. Wow. So it's a global outpouring of support for Charlie Kirk. If only he could know how much love he's getting. What they try to shatter, they cause to spread. Yep, it's like when you smash a bottle on the ground, you think you've destroyed the bottle, but you send the shards in every direction, and it spreads out everywhere and impacts everything. Maurice, you are way behind. There's no radio on, for starters. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no radio, and there's no background noise now. So you're either way behind or you're not paying attention. And so do you honestly think I would have a radio on, or are you just being a smartass? Yeah, the woke are going to get whacked. Yes, it's about time. There are consequences for actions and words. It's time they take accountability. It is. It's time we hold them accountable. After their effort to overthrow the government in Seattle in 2020, after the setup in January 6th, after the abuse of the justice system to prosecute misdemeanor crimes as felonies over fabricated insurrectionist narratives, it's time they're held to account. It was me. The suspect in the Charlie Kirk shooting appeared to confess in a Discord chat. So I'm sorry for all this. Wow. 20-year-old suspect in Charlie Kirk's killing appears to have confessed to friends in online chat shortly before turning himself in. Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all this. Wow. Discord provided a copy of the message with the confession to authorities according to personal familiar with the company's interaction with law enforcement. Wow. The Discord conversation shared with the post shows members of the chat group reacting to Kirk's shooting before the news broke that Robinson was allegedly involved. The group included about 30 people, according to a person who provided screenshots. Just saw video. Holy blank, user wrote. Bro didn't deserve to go out like that. Sad. And then he writes, I'm surrendering for a sheriff friend in a few moments. Thanks for all the good times and laughs. You all been so amazing. Thank you all for everything. This is what the murderer said. Wow. So Discord. Yeah, another reason I'm not on Discord. What is that Vanna said? What was that? It's funny how they always point. Oh, they always point. I say, I don't point. Yeah, I don't point January 6th. They do. Yeah. Yeah, I hope the glove fits. Yeah, I agree. Hope the glove fits. 410 people currently here, folks. Be sure to hit that like button if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us this evening. I read he shared a Discord with people. Well, I don't know about that. 2 comments deleted. I see no comments deleted. Alan, your comment was retracted by you according to YouTube. 1 comment. So that's on your end. It's a connection on your end. Alan, nobody's deleted your comment. The only thing I see is you retracted it. All right, that's annoying, but it's a coffee shop. They got to do that. Erica's message is retracted now. Yep. All right, Trump officials to ask Supreme Court to allow it to fire federal Governor Lisa Cook, and they refused. So they're going to go to Supreme Court because the appeals court said no. Suspect to participate in key Federal Reserve meeting on Tuesday, setting interest rates. Now, this is the woman who committed fraud, apparently, to buy additional homes. She has 3 homes, and she got a discounted mortgage rate, pretending all 3 were her primary residence, which is a crime, if she did it. Paperwork would indicate she did do it. Joe is not a Christian, but loved Charlie Kirk. You don't have to be a Christian like him. No, you deleted. I didn't delete anything, Alan. You're smoking your socks, brother. I didn't touch it. Administration says it will appeal the decision which came just before the start of the central banks. Yeah, so this is the appeals court rejected it. That's why they're going to Supreme Court. Yeah, the president has all the authority in the world to do this. These courts are corrupt. Thousands of mourners pay tribute to Charlie Kirk in Arizona Vigil. Speakers described the founder of Turning Point USA as a voice of reason who was inspired a new generation. And this place was full. The stadium is full of people, man. Cell phone lights glowed like thousands of candles across the bleachers during a vigil celebrating Charlie Kirk. September 15th, the Desert Financial Arena in Arizona State University roared with chants USA and Charlie. Wow. It's amazing. So, a news anchor resigns after she was suspended over an on-air Charlie Kirk tribute. She said, I believe I'm the first to be targeted for honoring him on air. WICS ABC 20 news anchor Benny Harmony said. WICS ABC 20 news anchor in Springfield, Illinois has announced that she is resigning from her position after her employer suspended her for paying tribute to the late Charlie Kirk. Benny Harmony paid an impassioned tribute to Charlie Kirk, whom she knew personally during the 12 September segment. This is why she got suspended. I want you to know that it's okay if you feel sadness. It's okay if you're grieving. 2 days ago, I lost a mentor, my first boss, the first person who made me believe in myself and encouraged me to chase this dream that you're watching right now, Charlie Kirk. I want to share with you one of my favorite sayings that Charlie would always tell us in the office. He would yell it from mountaintops, so please listen. When conversations stop happening, when individuals become wordless, that's when violence begins. So if you do one thing today, make it be with passion, with conviction. Stand up for your friends, stand up for your beliefs, and speak loudly. Even if your voice shakes, your words have meaning, your values have purpose. Never forget that. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. You changed my life. According to a post Harmony made 3 days later, she was suspended by her network for the tribute she paid to her former employer. Many in the mainstream media have been fired or punished for mocking the assassination. She says, I believe I'm the first to be targeted for honoring him. Effective immediately, I've resigned after being suspended for airing a nonpartisan tribute. Explaining the reason behind her decision to leave the network, my resignation is guided by my values that are essential to who I am, which I refuse to set aside in order to keep a job. I choose my faith and love the country and always will. Then she thanked the community in the city of Springfield and shared a prayer for the country, for Charlie Kirk, his wife, and 2 young children. Wow. Wow. So the scumbags are getting fired too, not just a good person. So Matthew Dow was fired on September 11th by MSNBC. And then Washington Post columnist Karen Atta was fired Several universities, including Clemson and American Airlines, Delta Airlines, have terminated employees for inappropriate comments. Military officials also said they're looking into disparaging remarks made by service members. Yep. Wow. So she said something nonpartisan and got suspended for it. As I said, Robert Redford has died at the age of 89. He amassed dozens of film credits and a shelf full of generational milestones, with Newman as his fast-talking partner. He was a sardonic outlaw Sundance and Butch Cassidy, a Sundance Kid. 1969, a Western buddy comedy that branded him into the national consciousness and featured a memorable. Also, he did the other one, cliff dive sequence as they evade the law. And what film critic Pauline Kael dubbed the golden yes of two of the world's sexiest male stars, Redford and Newman reteamed as depressionary con men who pull off an audacious scheme against a gangster in The Sting in 1973. It got him his only Oscar nomination as an actor. He had another touchdown role as a post reporter in Bob Woodward's All the President's Men in 76. That was a great movie. Yep, about Watergate. Yep. Great Gatsby, The Way We Were, 3 Days of the Condor in 75, Out of Africa 85, Ordinary People, River Runs Through It, Quiz Show. He was brilliant. Yep. The Legend of Bagger Vance, Motorcycle Diaries, Solar Film. Yeah, something else. Robert Redford, amazing guy. Well, the judge is throwing out the terror-related charges, murder charge against Luigi Mangione. This is the scumbag who shot the executive on the streets of New York because he was a medical industry executive. He's accused of killing United Healthcare executives, still faces a separate federal case. New York judge dismissed 2 murder charges against him, saying the prosecutors hadn't offered sufficient evidence to support their claim that he committed an act of terrorism when he allegedly gunned down a United Healthcare executive. The judge said a written decision that murder committed for ideological reasons, such as alleged attempt to draw attention to inequalities in the healthcare system, doesn't meet the state's legal definition of terrorism. Oh, but it will meet the federal definition. I don't know what you're talking about. Who said Epstein files have been blocked? What are you talking about? Epstein files have been blocked. There are Epstein files that were from grand jury testimony that are not allowed out, but that's old news. Guys, why do people always think it's just me? Buff, they said it's just me. It's everybody. I got disconnected. Took me a moment to reconnect. You guys are about 45 seconds behind me. Relax, relax. I'm back. I'm back. Relax, 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 relax. Relax. Get to it when you want to get to it. Relax. When you want to come. Duran. You have a testimony today stating that all Epstein files released in accordance with law. Nothing is blocked. Right. There are certain things they can't release. Exactly. I mean, there's certain things that can't do it. Yes, I am, Philip, after those idiots left. Very disrespectful. You know, Americans are so loud. Americans are so rude. Americans are so inconsiderate. Bullshit. Hey, Eugene, what's going on? We're not having any trouble. We're here. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Wasn't that Duran Duran? You're right. It is Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I thought for some reason I relaxed was Duran Duran. It's Frankie. You're right. It's Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I'm getting old, man. I couldn't remember that well. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. You guys are right. I got it wrong. Yeah, I don't know that I love this song. I like the band name. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. It's a cool name. We Are Charlie. By the way, I did a new song last night. For those who don't know that, it should be on Spotify by now. I did a song called English Pride. That was pretty cool last night. I hope you guys like that. English Pride. I don't know if it's operational security on things, so it's probably the case. People say because Trump is in it. Yeah, I know. People say what they want. They'll say all kinds of things. So Isaac interviewed me earlier and he asked me about a bunch of conspiracy theories. I'm like, there's no merit to these conspiracy theories. That said, a number of conspiracy theories over the past 5 years have proven to be true. Every night I'm shuffling. Yeah, that's a good song too. I love the 80s, man. The 80s were the time. They were the time. All right, so we lost a lot of people, did we? We didn't lose too many people. All right, let's get back to the news. I got a few more things here. So Mangione, not Chuck, but Luigi Mangione has the terrorism-related murder charges thrown out. Speed session at the ice rink back in the day. Okay, Alan. Marco Rubio says the U.S. will revoke visas of those who celebrate the Charlie Kirk assassination. I've already covered this. America will not host foreigners who celebrate the death of our fellow citizens. Visa revocations are underway. If you're here on a visa and cheering on the public assassination of a political figure, prepare to be deported. You're not welcome in this country. Yes, Fabian, the 80s brought the best music ever. From New Wave to, what's the Clash called? That wasn't New Wave. Kind of music they had. So let's see what we've got. Marco Rubio, if you can hear him. I cannot hear it. Why don't I hear it? No, it won't play. I hate this. I can't wait to get back to my studio. Article Charlie Kirk, probably good to look it up. They spoke with a few of his friends who gave inside concerns based on messages with others. Excuse me. Anyway, I can't read that, so it won't play. America will not host foreigners to celebrate the death of our fellow citizens. We shouldn't be bringing people in this country. We should be not giving visas to people that come to the United States to do things like celebrate the murder, the execution, the assassination of a political figure. And if they're already here, we should be revoking their visa. Well, I don't disagree with that. Apollo explores the sale of internet pioneer America on Hold, also known as America Online. They bought them in 2021. A deal could reach $1.5 billion. Remember, it used to be they merged with Time Warner AOL. And now they're just out there. Any deal could value AOL at around $1.5 billion. It's also possible the talks won't result in any deal. Apollo bought AOL in 2021 as part of a $5 billion deal to acquire that business and Yahoo from Verizon. So does Apollo own my mail now? I didn't know that. That's news to me. AOL generates $400 million annual earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Wow. Its main business lines include software for internet privacy and protection. I had no idea about that. And website and email domain. Once known for its email addresses, AOL Instant Messenger chat function, and CDs offering set number of hours of free internet access. They reached peak brand recognition when it featured prominently in 1998 romantic comedy You've Got Mail. The company is stopping its dial-up internet service later this month, the end of an era for members of Gen X and older millennials who grew up with it. AOL has had a tortured deal history. It merged with Time Warner in 2001, an ill-fated $100 billion deal that resulted in regulatory probes and billions of dollars in write-downs. In 2015, Verizon acquired AOL for $4.4 billion. In 2017, it purchased Yahoo for $4.8 billion. Media Ventures couldn't keep up with their technology rivals. And in 2018, Verizon wrote down about half the value of the brands. Yep. So AOL is going to go the way of the dinosaurs? Possibly. Possibly. So Trump is open to designating Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. Something I would do. He's open to doing that. Reporter said, do you plan on designating Antifa a domestic terror organization? And the reporter said, it's something I would do, yeah. And also, I've been speaking to Attorney General Pam Bondi about bringing RICO against some of the people that have been putting up millions and millions of dollars. Interesting. The Duchess of Kent, the late wife of the late Queen Elizabeth II's husband, dies at the age of 92. Buckingham Palace said she died peacefully on the night of September 4th, surrounded by family. So she's been dead for a while, nearly 2 weeks. Buckingham Palace, September 5th, announced the Duchess of Kent, the wife of the late Queen Elizabeth II's cousin, the Duke of Kent, has died at the age of 92. 1961, she married King George V's grandson, Edward, the Duke of Kent, and first cousin of Queen Elizabeth at York Minster Cathedral. She's survived by her 89-year-old husband and her 3 children, George, Earl of St. Andrews, Lady Helen Windsor, and Lord Nicholas Windsor, and grandchildren. Wow. Duchess of Kent. Georgia Supreme Court has rejected Fani Willis's appeal in the Trump election case. The appeals court had ruled that the Fulton County District Attorney should be disqualified from prosecuting Trump and several others. Yeah, because she's dirty as all get out. Georgia Supreme Court has rejected Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's attempt to challenge her disqualification. Justice Andrew Pinson led a concurring opinion on September 16th, stating that Willis's appeal didn't warrant further review by the state's high court. 3 justices joined a dissent. Even if one believes the Court of Appeals erred in reaching its decision, granting review to answer that question will be a mere error correction. And this court generally does not exercise our certiorari certiorari jurisdiction merely to correct errors that do not have some broader impact on Georgia law. There you go. Decision was the latest blow in the attempts before the 2024 election to prosecute Trump. These criminal prosecutions in Florida and Washington were dismissed after he won in November. More recently, the New York Appeals Court ruled that the penalty in a civil fraud case was unconstitutional because it violated the Constitution with excessive bail, essentially by charging $500 million. $500 million. Yep. Willis's misconduct during the investigation prosecutes President Trump was egregious, and she deserved nothing less than disqualification, said Steve Sato, attorney for Trump. Yep, she and her boyfriend were prosecuting Trump so she could become famous and got lots of money. Yep. Kash Patel, as I said, testified before Congress over the Charlie Kirk thing, also the Epstein case. Well, J.D. Vance, of course, was hosting the Charlie Kirk show yesterday. He mourns Kirk's death and slams the left for celebrating it. The White House team came out in full force because the White House press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, joined that, as did Kennedy and Susie Wiles. And Carlson denounces the appropriation of Kirk's murder for political gain. Former Fox News host praised Kirk's embrace of faith, and he is committed to engage with those who disagree with his politically. So I think now is exactly the wrong time to appropriate the memory of someone and emotion that comes with that really intense emotion for all his field and his murder. Use it for your parochial ends. Yeah, that's why I haven't done endless videos about Charlie Kirk, because that would just be taking advantage of it. It's not like I get a lot of views from my Charlie Kirk videos, although my short did pretty well, the first one when I announced it, because it was breaking news. So let me take a look at my content if it'll let me do that. TGE, I don't know what that is. So my Charlie Kirk, yeah, the one got, is that the one? Yeah, I got 59,000, so not particularly great, but I mean, I'm not doing it for clicks. I was reporting because it's breaking news. Yeah, 59,000 views. So it might break 60,000 next couple of days. That's, anyway. Yeah, the UK has not been kind to my viewership. That's for sure. That's for sure. I didn't see it, Fritha. I'm glad you guys liked it. I didn't catch it at all. I never watched the Charlie Kirk show. As I said, I wasn't a big fan. I respected what he did, but didn't care for his show. So, and then the song I did hasn't done particularly well. A tribute song to him. It's pretty good. It's got 1,700 views. I've lost 2 subscribers. Go figure. I lost 2 subscribers because they did a tribute song to Charlie Kirk. What a bunch of sick, twisted people. Sick, twisted people. And it's getting about 50 views per hour, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's cost me subscribers. When you do a video, it costs you subscribers. That's not fun. That's not fun. But that's the world we live in. So people can do what they want, watch what they want. That's their prerogative. If they want to watch my content, they don't have to watch it. Dylan, I know you're always there. Right. I also posted a video about an update on Operation Pet Lift. I spoke to Morgan yesterday. So, I mean, it's interesting. A lot of people think that I'm just in the UK screwing off. I've done more videos since I've been in the UK than I do at home, because I haven't got the distractions of all the responsibilities. So there's, going back to September 4th, that's 30 prepared videos. Okay, let me go back another page here. Yes, it declines when I'm out of town, Ian. It always does. In South Africa, it declines too. And then, so that's 60 right there, prepared videos. And let's go back to 61, 62, 63, 64 prepared videos. And then lives. Let's see how many lives I've done since I've been here. Okay, so here's 30. 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 30. 35. I haven't even been here 30 days. I got 35. Ooh, Jean Verifair. I just had my first interview with the Refugee Settlement Officer in Immigrant U.S. and it was very emotional. Well, thank you for the super chats. The clouds are gathering. Gathering, yes. 61 prepared videos. Thank you, Don, for your rants. 31. Is it 31 or 34? No, 35. 35 live streams. And then shorts. So that's 61. That's 96 videos. And then shorts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So 96 and 9, 105. 105 videos since I've been here on this channel. I've done 4 or 5 on my original channel. Plus, I've done 4 or 5 streams on my rugby channel. Plus, I did, I think, 4 videos for the Truth Report. I didn't know they're going to Cuba for Training List News. Yes, Charlie did stay calm when confronted by idiots. I've been confronted by a lot of idiots, too. I usually try to stay pretty calm. Yep. No, Trump is not appointed Minister of Clouds. I will appoint a Minister of Clouds if the super chats keep coming. But it has to take super chats to make those clouds. Clouds are gathering, but only when the super chats arrive. Well, William, I would suspect if people are emotional in these refugee interviews because they're recounting what's happened to them. I mean, if you were assaulted, raped, family member murdered, you were shot, you were stabbed, it's very emotional. That's probably why people are being emotional. It's threatening rain there. Okay. Trump is suing. Oh yeah, I had that. Trump is suing. Yeah, the New York Times for $15 billion. Well, if Trump wins that case and actually wins the $15 billion, the New York Times will go out of business. They're not valued at that much money. The New York Times will go out of business. So Trump will own the New York Times. These people left a bottle behind and they left their drink behind. The one with the baby. I just noticed that. There's a bottle here and the drink. Where the heck did they go? Huh, interesting. They left a long time ago. Yeah, $15 billion. He should sue. He should sue the Washington Post, Chicago Sun-Tribune, Atlanta Constitution-Journal, LA Times. Sue them all. Ooh, looky there. Debbie Fox, good evening. Welcome for the 50 Rand there. And now the clouds are forming. Yes, clouds are gathering. Super chats are falling. The clouds are gathering. That's right. New York Times becomes the Trump Times. Yes. Wouldn't that be funny? Would it be funny if somebody bought the Washington Post from Jeff Bezos and renamed it the Washington Compost? Oh yeah, Trump's bank balance is growing. He's making money left and right because he's going to win all these lawsuits because all these corrupt people. Home affairs are full of a lot of rank. My wife has decided to make it part project too. Okay, all right. Thank you, Charles. New York Slimes. Yep. Please, your thoughts on Candace Owens' video about Charlie Kirk. The president of Israel threatened Charlie. Tucker had to ask about a billionaire that shouldn't have. Lindy, I have not seen any of that, so a little difficult for me to comment. As a matter of practice, I don't watch Candace Owens. I can't stomach her, especially with her anti-Semitism nonsense. I really, she's very full of herself, and I've had a hard time watching her for a long time. So, yeah. When she was targeted by people, I had empathy for her, and she had the right message when she was back with Turning Point. And then she lost the plot somewhere along the way. So I don't watch her as a general. I would only see something if it's controversial and it made it into the video that people are sharing. So you're gonna have to give me a few more details, Lindy, if you want me to comment on that, because I don't really have a basis to comment. It sounds like she's gone full wackadoodle conspiracy theory. Yep. Yeah, they left their bottle. I don't understand that. The baby's bottle. Fabian, thank you for your service. So that was very welcome. There's the clouds gathering. 40 Rand. Thank you for that. Thank you for the 40 Rand. I appreciate that. Fear of personal people. I didn't take that into account. No, William, that's probably what the situation is. People, recounting what happened to them. Yeah, Candace went off the rails. She did. Who condoned murder? Gray Zone Media has more info on Charlie Kirk details. Okay, what is Gray Zone Media? Is that a YouTube channel? Is it a website? I don't know what that is. Please tell us. That was mentioned earlier. Look, folks, I don't play the conspiracy theories. I look for facts and what information is available and do the best analysis I can. That's kind of how I roll. So let me check on my battery here. Let's see. At 29%, I'm still okay. No, Lindy, I don't know. I didn't see it. So someone's going to have to give me more information. Can't sleep at night because I live on a farm and no security and police won't help. Well, Helen, there you go. What did PK say? Yeah. YouTube channel and website. So check their site page for the story. Get an idea. Okay, Gray Zone Media. Gray Zone Media. Okay, let me try to see if I can get enough connection here to find it. Notice a few posts about home affairs, horrible experiences. Yeah, but some of them people have good experiences. Is it great? Grey? Let's see if that's it. Or AY, because the Brits and the Americans spell it differently. There's two ways to spell gray. So, the gray zone. Spell with an A. Okay. Independent news site. Well, don't think if you want subscribers, it was okay. What? What? PK, what are you talking about? I don't have to deal with that kind of hate. I've had to deal with that kind of hate. I've had threats in my life. I've dealt with a lot of hate. I know what you're talking about. I've dealt with a lot of hate from people. A lot of nasty people I've dealt with over the past years in this channel. Yep. So I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, the gray zone. All right, I'll save a bookmark. Okay. Well, they have a picture of Benjamin Netanyahu with a Hitler haircut and Hitler mustache. That's already making me question their objectivity. And they have news in Spanish. What the hell is that? I'm not going to read a site that has news in Spanish. America is an America. It's UK zone. That's why. Okay. I mean, why does a UK channel have Spanish? It means subscribers left. I don't know what he means by that. Bless you. Passports were the first thing settled out. Okay. Well, I can also deal in facts, straightforward to the point. Hearsay, gossip, seriously, they just go whoosh in one ear and out the other. Yep. Spain home affairs were all very positive, except once when the person shouted at me, asked if I'm stupid. Try pet pythons. Pet pythons eat hamsters, man. They eat hamsters. We're down 335 people here. We got 450 likes. Thank you for that, guys. Appreciate that. I can't tell you. I mean, I wasted 20 minutes trying to get this laptop to log on to this network here. I couldn't get on. I went outside, used my phone, got it in that one, then came back and was able to log in. It was insane. The mobiles do it straight away, but the laptop gives me trouble. And it wasn't the VPN. The VPN was disabled. Yep. People left because I spoke about Charlie. No problem with snakes. I don't care for snakes. To our team's interview. Okay, thank you, Herman Fourie. I appreciate that. Merlot says, who would have thought a horrific stories would benefit us one day to get out into the land of the free? That's a fair point. Who would have ever dreamed that? Who in their wildest imagination would have thought that an American president would offer refugee status to South Africans? Run by two Americans who are both Jewish. Okay, Aaron Mata's dad is actually a Holocaust survivor. He must be pretty old if his father's a Holocaust survivor. I'm not even old enough to have a Holocaust survivor parent. So he must be really old. Or his father had kids when he was in his 70s. Yes, a lot of Brits do live in Spain, but they don't speak Spanish. They speak English. Trust me. Except for academics, the Brits are the worst people when it comes to learning languages. Most of them don't speak another language. My home affairs consultant shouted, just was vindicating, felt good after that. Kid during the Holocaust, okay? Even so, in order to have been a kid to know about the Holocaust, you had to be born in 1935, so you're 10. 35 would make the person 65, 75, 85, 90 years old today. So if his father's 90, he's got to be at least 70 years old, unless his father had someone in his 70s. Then he'd be in his 20s. You know, they're very lazy to learn languages, yeah, but except for the academics. They don't have funny accents. So I'm not alone here. I came with company. So there's Peter Rabbit. Been my companion throughout this trip since Windermere. Peter Rabbit. Got his little badge on there. There, Peter Rabbit right there. There you go. Space boot. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Charles. Okay, so some people have good experiences, home affairs, some people have bad. It's like any bureaucracy anywhere. Some people go to the DMV, they have a good experience. Most people have bad experience with the Department of Motor Vehicles. Oops, what's this? Open the browser. I've lost my internet over here on my laptop. What the hell? Read the terms. I got cut off. Okay, now I'm back on. Wow. So, is it reloading? No, it looks like it's live. It's the last chat ad over here. Okay. Yep, that's so my laptop just connected from the Wi-Fi. I have no idea why. I just reconnected it. Yeah, Bob is going to kick Peter Rabbit's butt. I'm sure the American women's rugby team is qualified for the next World Cup tournament. Chance of confirming? I don't know, David. I'm pretty sure this case. I think the top three in each pool are going to qualify for the next time around. But the USA men did manage to slip in that last slot after World Rugby changed the whole process, and now there's no America's competition. Now we're all part of the Pacific. Even Atlantic Ocean nations like Brazil are in the Pacific Nations Cup. Makes no sense whatsoever. So the USA got the 5th slot. So the top 2 go, which is New Zealand, Japan, or is it Fiji and Japan? Anyway, whatever. And then 3 more qualify. So Tonga, Canada, and USA got the last 3 slots. USA got the 5th slot out of 6 teams that competed. Only Samoa didn't continue because USA beat them. USA was 0-2 in the tournament. Samoa was 0-2. USA beat them 29-13 on Sunday with Jason Dahm, our friend, the lock from the Atlanta side, Rugby ATL, the Rattlers. I interviewed him. I met Jason, really nice young guy. I told him he was going to be an Eagle one day. He had the talent. He was very modest. And he became an Eagle that got injured, had a setback, and he was the captain on Sunday when they beat Samoa. So the USA has qualified for the World Cup. But to be honest, the World Cup has expanded from 20 to 24 teams. So also in Europe, Portugal will return. So it's down to 1 final slot for the World Cup for 2027 in Australia, and that's between Belgium, Namibia, I can't remember the other 2 countries, Chile, Belgium, Namibia, Chile, and 1 other country. Can't remember who it is, all competing for the best performance in the round robin. So I wish Jacques Borg and the Helvetians the very best, and hopefully they qualify in November. Hopefully that's broadcast so I can cover it, and I will if I can. Knee replacement, hip replacement. It's detaching from bone and muscle, torn all on one side. Oh my God, Lorette. So see, that's the muscles detaching from hip replacement. I don't want a hip replacement. That scares the hell out of me. Too many crickets. CFD Jaeger just gave a 14 rand super chat, trying to make the clouds gather. Thank you for that. That's terrible, folks, to hear that. Oh my gosh. Oof, that's scary, scary stuff. I want to work with books and people, bookshop. Well, Freetha, good luck with that. Bookshops are on their way out. I love books, but they're on the way out. By the way, I got a Max Hastings book earlier. It's 30 pounds. It was marked down to 7 pounds. And when I rang it up on the till, it was 3 pounds. I got a hardback book for 3 pounds. That's $5. It was a good deal. Yep. And on my magazines I buy in the States, which cost me twice the price, they take the price and they double it and double it again. So here it's like 5 pounds, $99 for my All About History magazine. In the States, I pay $12 to $15 for that issue. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be world champions. Ankle and twirl the ligaments. Good Lord. Bargain, you go, Colonel, says Alan. Where are you? They did manual fingerprints on some forms like police with me at Durban Station. Again, if there's anyone that knows people in the police, that knows the Bloemfontein area in the Free State, can help us get one of our viewers to get hip replacements, had a double hip replacement. And I'd do it again for no problems. All right, Sarah, thank you for that, sharing that. I don't want one. Suppose I'll eventually have to get one, but I don't want one. Yes, Lorette, I'm aware of that. Arctic told me I've got 2 gifts coming. Thank you to the folks who sent them. Phoenix and Lorette, I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Yep. Don't borrow my books to anyone. Krista, you don't loan your books to anyone. See, Africans, white and black, don't know the English language. You don't borrow your book to someone. You loan it to someone. You borrow it from them. That drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Ouch. Yes, it was Arabic in the background. That's correct. Yep. All right. Well, guys, we've hit an hour and a half. You've lent it. You've lent it. Not lended. Lent. L-E-N-T. As in, like, you know, what comes after Easter or before Easter, Lent. Leaving home is emotional for refugees. They must leave behind loved ones, memories, and the life they've known. That's true. So, as I mentioned in a previous live stream, forget hip replacement. go bionic with Lee Major's doctor. Anyway, Puma rugby was for £4. That's a good deal, Alan. Yeah, well, Ronaldo's always streaming. Let me do him a favor. Let me do him a favor real quick, if I can. Don't leave yet, guys. Ooh, William just gave us 70. Thank you for everything you do. Most days, just a conversation back on your channel soothes anxiety. Well, that's cool to hear. What's going on here? Oh, I need to get back to the first page. That's why. Don't leave yet, folks. Carolyn says, Dave, don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. You don't load books, tools, or your chick. All right, well, this thing is not loading. Oh, it's very annoying. Come on, YouTube. Come on. My grandfather's friend was a lion trainer. Wow. He just put his head in its mouth. Your grandpa just stepped. Yeah. I'm not able to reload this. God, that's the glass is so annoying. Jennifer Veriford just gave 140 rands. Another clouds are gathering. Thank you for all you do. You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. I appreciate that. Come on, YouTube. This network here sucks, man. I'll be so glad when I get back to proper internet. I'm purchasing cycling padding underwear. Alan has nothing to do with my situation. Okay, so yeah, so Cyril Ramaphosa says the VA does it better. That's how we started this broadcast. Yeah, I want them to come from here, not leave on their own, Hendo. I want Ronaldo to go, wow, thank you, but the freaking thing will not load. God, I hate this freaking sucking through a straw stuff. Well, Eli, you can hear all you want. Anecdotal evidence doesn't make proof, okay? Well, Wi-Fi is in the building. The damn router's in here, so it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter, that stuff. Should not matter. Always with the Sama Sambat. Okay. All right, so let's see if it even comes up on my thing. We'll wait. You can, but Utopia, the data is horrible. Throughput in South Africa is a VPN. Ronaldo's always like, Chris, you can overcome things by VPN in South Africa, but it doesn't work. The UK is the only country I've been in where I can VPN elsewhere, like back to the States or somewhere in Europe, where I get good throughput. All right, so yeah, see, Ronaldo's not even showing up for me. Let's see if I can get him up here. Okay. Okay. It doesn't even show him as live. GFP, thank you for the 70 rand. There it is. Now I find him live. At least the food in the US is basically the same that we make. Yeah, it's kind of the same. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. Thanks for being here. Be sure to hit the like button. Thank you all for the super chats. Really appreciate it. And the likes. We didn't get to 500. We got 481. Almost there. Thank you so much. I'll try to check some email tonight. Okay. No, I don't use Proton for VPN. I use Nord. All right, guys. Cheers. God bless. And we'll see you later. Look for my video come out later on about Cyril saying the DA gets things done. It's a new slogan for the ANC for the election. DA gets things done. Cheers.